Eventually, you arrive at the inn. You enter through the front door, which is propped open. You see the innkeeper, Gerald, behind the bar, fiddling with the strings of his lute. What? Thought he was a merchant. Gerald, what is the pay for this quest, I say. 500 gold coins, he replies, still not looking up from his playing. I head out with Gerald and Reynolds to Aeron. You, Gerald, and Reynolds leave the inn and begin to walk to the local armory. Why are we going to the armory again? Along the way, you speak to Gerald about his life as an adventurer, and he speaks very highly of himself. Great. However, when you get to the armory and tell him what type of armor you're going to need, he mentioned that he isn't exactly sure if you are not allowed to wear that type of armor. The town guard might have some gear that you could use. I'll have to check. You look at Reynolds, who raises his eyebrow. Great. I don't care about this. I said, let's just leave for Aeron. Escort missions suck and I want to get this over with. You pull Gerald to the door and begin to open it. Reynolds begins to protest, but you and Reynolds both tell him to shut up and that he should go wait in the inn. No, he shouldn't. We have to escort him. I escort Gerald to Aeron. You leave the city and begin to walk alongside Gerald. So what type of equipment are you looking for? You ask Gerald. Something that can stand up to an ogre, that's for sure. I say, cool, let's keep walking. Reynolds suddenly runs out from the bushes to the side and points into the woods. Hey, over there, he yells. You look and you see an ogre running straight for you. You immediately start shouting a war cry and draw your weapons. The ogre's fist smashes into Reynolds' face, turning it into a bloody mess. I swing my battle axe at the ogre's legs. You swing your axe, but the ogre leaps out of the way. You hit only the ground before your hands are wrenched back and bitten off. Jesus. I scream in pain. You scream in pain as the ogre walks towards you, reaching down to pick you up by the scruff. Here's an appetizer, the ogre says before throwing you into a nearby tree and grabbing a hold of your hand to eat it. Gerald draws his sword, running towards the ogre. Hey, leave that boy alone. The ogre looks at Gerald before looking at you. Too bad, kid, it growls before smashing you against the tree. You pass out. Gerald stands over you and screams. Hey, why don't you give the boy a chance to wake up? You open your eyes and see Reynolds' face inches away from your own. Hey kid, glad to see you back among us. I say, where are my hands? They were eaten by the ogre, sorry, Reynolds responds. Resting his head against the tree, you sit up and scream in rage. I ask Reynolds to bandage my bloody stumps. Reynolds frowns and turns to look at the ogre. Do you see what these boy have these? What? He asks the ogre, who looks back dumbly. Huh? Oh, wait, I assumed he had killed the ogre. I say, it's still alive? Kill the fucking ogre, Reynolds. Of course it is, Reynolds yells, kicking the ogre in the head. Do you see what we've gone through just to save your worthless life? The ogre roars before rushing Reynolds. I get up and start kicking the ogre. You roll to the side and stand back. As the ogre stands up slowly, it looks at you, still confused. What are you looking for? You look around desperately and your eyes settle on Gerald. He's standing over by the tree and back towards you. The dagger over by the tree. I can't use a dagger, I don't have hands. I keep kicking the ogre. You keep your eyes on the ogre and you spot the dagger. You mouth the word knife, pointing at it with your good arm. He nods. I don't have a good arm, it took both my hands. I pick up the knife with my mouth and use it to stab the ogre. The ogre looks down at the knife in its chest before looking at you. You want to join forces? It asks in its voice gruff and low. You know, I'm not really feeling like joining up with the dude that ate my hands. I stab the ogre to death with the dagger. You point at the dagger, nodding repeatedly. Good idea, the ogre says, grabbing the dagger and holding it in its hands. I'm Ogre, what's your name? Oh my god. No, I'm retrying. I'm not making friends with the ogre that ate my hands. You grab the knife and stab the ogre to death. You stand looking around. Well, that was fun, Reynolds says, sounding bored. I say, yet again, Reynolds, you were such a big fucking help. Yeah, I know, Reynolds replies, rolling his eyes. Alright, come on, kid, let's try to get out of here. I continue the journey to Aeron. You stand in the middle of the forest as the wind blows through the trees. Well, you're no Orvin, Gerald says to you proudly. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You both walk through the overgrowth towards the town of Aeron. How the fuck did we get stuck with this job, Reynolds asks. Same way we get stuck with most jobs, I suppose, you reply. I say, you were the one that got us this job, man. Reynolds stops walking and sighs. Yeah, I guess so, he pauses, and then starts walking again. Fuck it, let's get on with it. I go to Aeron. You go to Aeron. So what's the plan, you ask? The plan is simple, Reynolds says. We steal some shit, then get out. We're not thieves. Try again. You've been to Aeron before, a long time ago when you were much younger. Then it had been a pleasant break from the shithole that was Rask Frontier. Sure. I say, Gerald, quest over. Gold, please. The game freezes and then crashes. You are now bald. Oh my god. Yeah, let's try that again. Gerald sighs, pulling a dusty pack of pipe tobacco and meerschaum pipe from his pocket. He begins packing it carefully and with slow precision. I say, you have the gold, don't you, Gerald? Gerald pauses, regarding you steadily. Yes, I do, John. That's not my name. He takes his time lighting his pipe and begins puffs away happily. The shop is silent, but for sound of tobacco burning. So give us the gold. He smiles. Well, if you insist. Garls? What? Eyes flicker towards you before turning to the burning tobacco. He puffs at the pipe before clearing his throat. A few years ago, I was approached by a ghost. She wanted to hire my services to take out some ghouls that were attacking her livestock in the area. Yeah, I don't care, man. I say I don't care, I just want the gold you owe me. Fine, Garl says, sighing. He takes out a small bag of coins, placing it on the table in front of you. You grab it, counting the correct amount to Gerald. Okay, whatever. I split the gold with Reynolds. You can have the share I owe you, but Gerald needs the rest to get his farm started. You look at Reynolds, he shrugs and grabs the bag. I leave and find a healer. You walk on the market square coming into view. A crowd is gathered outside the healer's stall. You push through the crowd and see the healer on the ground. Assassination targets painted on his back. I don't know what that means. I say, healer, please restore my hands. You should leave, the healer remarks. I must restore my hands. It is the only way I can ever hope to have a future. I'm sorry, but I don't have enough hands left to help you. But they will grow back. No, they won't. I say, I have gold. Oh, you do? The healer asks, looking surprised. Yes, well, okay then. I say, restore my hands, and I'll give you the gold. Okay then, the healer slowly takes the money from you and begins to shuffle around the room, pulling out various bottles and jars. I don't need too many things to do this, just some alcohol, some bandages, and you should be good. Oh, sure, okay. You nod and quickly hand him the bag of gold. I thought I gave him the gold. He begins to shuffle around the room looking nervous. What's your name, you ask, curious. Richelia. He responds, grabbing various things from shelves. What do you use that for? You ask, pointing a small wooden box he had grabbed. It's a thieving device. I say, okay, please heal my hands faster. I'm trying my best. Well, hurry up. The healer turns and quickly begins to take the bandages out of the box and pouring alcohol over them. He begins to swig from a bottle as he works, but you see him stop for a moment and spit out some blood. He begins to work on your hands, quickly cutting the bandages off. The stinging pain is forgotten as the alcohol and the healing powers of Dendron's spirit begin to take effect. I can feel the tingling already, much better. You nod, smiling at him. Thank you. You're very welcome. The healer begins to finish wrapping your hands as the thieving device falls from his fingers. I don't care about that. I say thank you for the new hands. Enjoy all that gold. Are you sure? There's no need to take that. No, I'm sure, you tell him, extending your wrists. It's okay, really. It's what I have to do. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's just leave. I leave and find an inn. You quickly find yourself in a small town with a huge castle wall surrounding a large city. You see an inn and quickly head inside. Yeah, I don't know why I'm in a different town now, but sure. I get a room for the night. You knock on the door and the girl opens. What can I help you with? The girl asks. Are you the owner? I am. What sort of room do you want? The cheapest. I need to get my money's worth here. The girl nods and quickly leads you to a room down the hall. It's fairly nice for a cheap inn room. She quickly enters the room, leaving the door open. Make yourself comfy. I'm going to be out for a while, she says. She speaks with an accent. British, maybe. Sure. Go to bed. You quickly fall asleep and start to have a weird dream. You're lying in a coffin and a ghost is tormenting you. You try to scream, but no air flows through your throat. You know, I don't care about that. I think we're done for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe and all that, and I will see you guys next time.